From the Ohio Bobcats, we swing east a little bit into Amherst, Massachusetts, and take a look at Charlie Molnar in his second season as the head coach of the Minutemen of the University of Massachusetts. 45 lettermen returning, as you see, and as we welcome the second-year head coach, who's no stranger to the Mid-American Conference, Charlie Molnar. Charlie, great to see you. And what was the message to the football team at the end of last season? You started to lay the foundation. Now, what was the message that you wanted to impart to them as they approach the offseason with work ethic and preparation in mind, getting set for 2013?
Well, I think the one thing we stressed last year was we were laying the foundation, and each and every day we talked about the foundation going in. This year we're talking about putting up the framework, where we want to see some results. People on the outside want to see results. You can't see the foundation. If you walk up to the edge, you look down, you see a big muddy pit. But now people from the road should be able to see the framework going up, and I think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see an improved football team this year.
Charlie, you know, the transition from FCS to FBS, I mean, this is not an easy deal. And even, I don't think that folks really realize even the scholarship numbers. I mean, this is your second year now.
Correct.
In the MAC, second year in the transition. Where are you at with that transition, scholarships, everything?
Well, in our second year here, working as hard as we can to retain our players, we'll still be well under the 85. We're going to be somewhere in the 70s right now with scholarship football players. I wouldn't wish a transition on anybody. Once you go through it and you understand the difficulty of it, I don't have any people I could really rely on as resources to give me advice on been there, done that, this is how you handle it. You just go into it, you work hard each and every day, you understand the task at hand, what's in front of you, and you don't talk about it. You just work hard with the guys that you have, knowing that you're going to be a few hands short as you go through the season.
Charlie, as you found out in 2012, I mean, the offensive side of the football in the MAC, it is replete with, young men that can get the football in the end zone. I mean, a team's averaging over 35 points per game here. What's got to be the biggest jump for you there in terms of being able to really get the offense kick-started so that, you're able to get into some, at least close to those area of numbers as well?
Well, what we have to do is we really have to improve up front. We really never gave our running game a chance to get uncorked. We never gave our quarterback a chance to look down the field and get open. We never gave to find the open guy. Never gave the receivers enough time to get open, work their skills against the defensive backs because we just didn't have enough time. Our offensive line was very young. We were injured from the first game on, and we really never got our feet underneath us. So right now we've worked really hard on building depth. We've added 5 freshmen. A junior college transfer and a fifth-year senior transfer, trying to create some depth on the offensive line. And I think if we can just play average on the offensive line, you'll see a new and improved offense.
Charlie, of course, Phil O'Mation is your defensive coordinator. He's a veteran guy. He's a heck of a football coach. We all know that. You brought in a new offensive coordinator this year. Discuss that.
John Bond has come in as our offensive coordinator, and one of the things when I've hired football coaches is I really like to have guys that have experience in the Mid-American Conference and especially success. And John had great success at Northern Illinois as the offensive coordinator, and even though our system here is slightly different than what he's used to running, it's not so different that he doesn't have a grasp of it, and he'll be a great asset to us. He's been there, done that. He's been in big games in the Mid-American Conference and, of course, at Georgia Tech and everywhere else he's been. So I think he'll help our offense, give us the day-to-day guiding hand that we need.
We take a look at what lies in front of Charlie Molnar and his UMass Minutemen non-conference trips to Baton Rouge and Happy Valley after the season begins, and that, as you see, comes up in weeks 3 and 4. So, Charlie, when you look at Mike Wegson and the opportunities that he got last year from you and where he is in his development, what did you stress to him coming back in his second year? Last year, he's one of the youngest quarterback to start in the MAC. What did you find out about him, and what did you stress to him that you want him to develop?
Well, after the season was over, we went back and we watched every throw that he made, every play. And what we found out is that, of course, Mike made his share of errors, but really Mike didn't have a lot of time. And when he did have time, sometimes the receivers, as young as we were there, didn't do the things they were supposed to do. So he didn't have much of a chance. This spring, he was a completely different quarterback. like I said, he's light years better than he was a year ago, just coming out of spring. Is he going to be an all-MAC quarterback? I don't think he will this year. He's got some work to do, but he'll certainly be improved. He's good enough to win a lot of football games with. And the biggest thing with Mike is this: he can't burden the whole offense on his shoulders, and that's just a mistake that so many young quarterbacks make. You can preach against it, coach against it, but at the end of the day, when they get out there, they're all trying to make plays. They're all trying to win the game single-handedly, and Mike was guilty of that at times.
Charlie, part of this transition process is your facilities as well. I know now the Performance Center is under construction. It has the press box, or all. Where are we at there?
Well, here with the Performance Center is really making great strides. We've put the roof up on it, or we're beginning to put the roof on. When you drive by and you see this, it's awe-inspiring. It's a really impressive facility, and it's going to be all football. I think it's going to be one of the top, if not the top, football facility in the 5 schools that aren't in the BCS, so to speak, and certainly is going to be much better than many schools that are in the BCS. As far as the press box, right now we're just in the final stages of tearing the old one down. To me, that's secondary because I don't really care about the press box. I just care about the Performance Center. I don't care if we even use a press box. But at the end of the day, you're going to see some great facilities, and not only will they aid in recruiting, that's the obvious, but I think it also really helps establish our brand in the state that UMass football has truly taken the step to be a big-time football program. And obviously the day-to-day operations and preparation for our players is going to be much, much better in this enhanced facility.
Charlie Molnar, with that in mind, as you mentioned the physical plan and where you want to take UMass football, how are you being received, you and your assistant coaches, as you go on the recruiting trail? Do you sense that around New England, and as you try to come west, is there becoming maybe a little bit of buzz about the transition and what playing football for you and UMass can bring?
Well, I think there's been a really, really good momentum about UMass football over the last year, and of course there's some people out there that try to kick you down, and you just have to overcome that because that's just the nature of the beast. But all in all, I think our guys are really received well in the high schools, and here's why: because we work so hard at recruiting. They're not just seeing a guy once a year or only if there's a player. Some of our coaches, even in the short time I've been at UMass, have been in some high schools almost 10 times already in just a little over a year. So they're really starting to establish relationships with the high school coaches, becoming familiar and someone that they can trust, and we've really gotten the message out about where UMass football is, but most importantly, where UMass football is going.
We look forward to seeing you on the ESPN family and networks this year. Great job.
Thank you very much.
Have an excellent second year.
Thank you very much.
For the UMass Minutemen, Charlie Molnar, the head football coach in Amherst, Mass.